Mark 2. If I had a title for this message, I'd call it Extreme Measures. Extreme Measures. And we're going to read through Mark 2 from verse 1. And again he entered into Capernaum after some days, and it was noised that he was in the house. Jesus was in town. Jesus was in the house. And there was excitement in this house. There was joy there. There was gladness. Jesus was there. Picture this huge crowd at this time. They were standing shoulder to shoulder. It was a massive crowd. And no one was moving. There were chock-a-block around the doorway. There was anticipation here. There was expectancy. The people had come because Jesus was here. Jesus was in the house. And God was about to do something. There was something, an atmosphere here. There was an excitement, an expectancy. That's church. That's our hope. That's our faith, that the Lord Jesus is here. And God is moving. God is doing something. He is at work. And it's exciting. There's an anticipation because the Lord Jesus is here by His Spirit as we gather, as we get together. And verse 2 it says, and straightway many were gathered together, insomuch that there was no room to receive them, no, not so much as about the door. And He preached the word unto them. Notice that the Lord Jesus preached the word unto them. As they were gathered together, no room to receive them, it says the Lord Jesus preached the word unto them. God was at work. His powerful word was working. God was working in power. The parallel account says that there was power there to heal. Where the word is, there is power. His word will not return unto Him void. His word declared will bring fruit, will produce fruit. It will not return unto Him void. It will accomplish that whereto He sends it. And so He preached the word unto them, these people that were gathered. Verse 3, and they come unto Him, bringing one sick of the palsy, which was born of 4. So here was this one sick of the palsy, a paralytic. And he was carried of 4 men. This account tells of people who would use extreme measures to bring a man to Jesus. Extreme measures to bring one to Jesus. Now, as these 4 came, carrying this man on some kind of mat or stretcher or makeshift carrying device of sorts, they came to the house. And can you imagine the disappointment as they saw, oh, we can't even get close to the door. Now there's this big queue, there's all these people flocking and crowding around. And you can imagine, if you could picture yourself there on that time, the disappointment they would have felt, that they might have travelled some distance. They obviously gathered themselves together, these 4. They'd taken the trouble to carry this man. How these men must have felt. They had arrived too late to get close enough to hear or see the Lord Jesus. He was inside the house. They couldn't get close to the door. 4 men here. They carried their friend. 4 people who had compassion. They had concern enough to do something for someone, to bring him to Jesus. They had this radical faith in God, and they had to get close enough to Jesus. Here was their dilemma and their disappointment. They had gotten together, they showed their commitment to carry him there, and now they couldn't get close to Jesus. How their hearts were sunk as they arrived, and as they had loved their friend so much to bring him there, to carry him there, but the house was packed. There's no way they could get in, it seemed. Now, you can squashed in. Their faces are almost squashed against the windows because they're so full, these Japanese trains. And they just squash the people in, so you just can't squeeze one other person in. That's just what it was like at this house, where it was just so crowded. And the people crowded around, but they did not see the need. People were crowding into this house, this place, such that even though there was a man who was in evident need, it's like they didn't even see him. They did not have the care for the man, or the men who were bringing the man to Jesus. They were just in the way. Verse 4. And when they could not come nigh unto him for the press, so these four couldn't get near to Jesus because of the crowd, they uncovered the roof where he was. And when they had broken it up, they let down the bed wherein the sick of the palsy lay. Now no one could get inside the door. Imagine these four men. They might have walked a distance carrying this load, this man on this frame. And perhaps they walked around the house and they might have peered in the windows and seen, is there a way we can climb in this window here, or this or that? Just see, is there any other way we can get into this place? And yet, the place was packed. It was a large number of people. It seemed like there was no way to get inside through this dense crowd, this thick crowd. The doorway was jammed with people. Nobody moved. Even though there's a man here in evident need, people were standing in the doorway, just blocking the way. It's as if they were blocking a miracle from someone, as much as they wanted to be there for themselves. What would these four men do? Perhaps going through their minds, a thought might have been, it's just too hard. It's just too hard. We might as well give up and go home. There was no way they could get close to Jesus. We can be like that, can't we? When obstacles come, it's as if when something blocks our access to God, we can ask the question, what's blocking our blessings? What's blocking our blessings? What's stopping you? Break it up. They could have turned away because the crowd was there. They could have made an excuse. They could have just given up. But no. They would overcome the opposition. They were willing to bear the cost of even tearing up the roof. This was a pretty radical move, wasn't it? They didn't give up. They had courage. They had determination. Their faith was not a faith that could be easily deterred. And that's the kind of faith that the Lord wants us to have, isn't it? That will keep on keeping on. So they took the sick man. They saw there's no way in through a door or a window if there was such. And they went up the steps, you'd imagine, that were walking up the side to get access onto the roof. Then they started to rip open the roof, tearing it. They would, with their bare hands, you could imagine, that they tore the pieces off the roof. They were desperate. Nothing would stop them from getting to Jesus, taking their friend to Jesus. And they turned their obstacle into an opportunity. This was something really quite unorthodox, wasn't it? Quite out of the box, something really disruptive and bizarre. Now, first century home in Palestine was such that it had a flat roof, and people would sometimes spend time on their roofs and perhaps lounge on their roofs or whatever they might do, depending what the season was and such. But it was a place that was like it was a flat roof. And I'm given to understand that it was made of large stone tiles that could be removed. Now these tiles did this extra work. This was radical. This was unusual procedure, wasn't it? And yet these four men persisted in this to tear it away. Again, think of it. They might have had the thought, this is too hard, let's quit. They might have thought, what will people think? Tearing the roof off. We're going to make a spectacle of ourselves. We're going to make fools of ourselves. But the prime motivation they had, we've got to get our friend to Jesus. We've got to get this man to Jesus. So they tore up the roof. It didn't matter what people thought. It didn't matter the discomfort, the cost, naturally, of effort and time, and of remediating that roof and putting it back how it was afterwards. So they tore up the roof. Now imagine you're inside this home. You're inside this house, and something with a bit of scratching. You think there's a possum in the roof or something. Or you think, oh, what's that? A rat or something? And you imagine they're sitting in your house, and suddenly dust starts to come in. Oh, what's that? What's happening? And then you start to see pieces of the ceiling flaking off and fluttering down. Maybe the odd feather or twig starts to fall down. And then you get bigger and bigger and bigger pieces. And then the roof starts to cave in above you. What it would have been like for the people inside that house. They might have started to look up and they were horrified. What's going on? There's some monster up there or something. Or then they started to, then there's some, you see someone's eye. And then maybe their face as the hole got bigger and bigger. And they could see there's a man up there looking down. Imagine as some of that dirt starts to fall. Maybe on the Lord Jesus himself and on the crowd of people in that room. And they see this face peering above them, looking through the hole. Then someone starts to kick a hole in the roof. You start to see a foot maybe coming through. And the hole gets bigger and bigger and bigger until then this bed gets let through the hole. Wow. Now, some have tried to interpret whether this bed might have been let down vertically. How big was that hole? Whether it was a hole such that the bed could be let down vertically with him tied onto it, so that then he might have come down vertically face to face with Jesus lying on this bed. But then you imagine it could be possible that that hole was big enough that the bed could be let down horizontally. So it would have been a big hole in such a case. So whatever the case, I wonder what the owner of this house would have thought about this act of vandalism, that his house is getting damaged. I'm sure that he wouldn't have been impressed about this stranger that suddenly emerged through this hole in his ceiling on a stretcher bed, on some contraption of a bed. Imagine the man himself lying down on some kind of mats with perhaps ropes attached, or maybe just let down on holding the corners of a sheet so those below could catch him and bring him safely to the ground. Imagine him there maybe dangling precariously. He might be thinking, I wish my friends had given up rather than put me through this embarrassment. What's stopping you from coming to Jesus? What's stopping people from coming to Jesus? What's stopping us from getting people to Jesus? Maybe we need to resort to some extreme measures. Extreme measures. Like someone has put it, when the devil blocks the door, go through the roof. Surely no decent person would think of breaking open someone else's roof. It was strange. It was unexpected. It was out of the ordinary. Where does this man end up? He was let down through the roof, it says, and the parallel account of Luke 5, verse 19, it says that he was let down into the midst before Jesus. Let down into the midst before Jesus. Right there, he came right down, right at the right place, at the right time, with the right person. The Lord Jesus, right there, the one that he wanted to get to, the one that his friends wanted to get him to. And these men wanted to get him there despite the difficulties, despite the crowd, despite all the reasons why it was too hard. And they did. They got him there, right in that room, right in the midst of the crowd. They brought him to Jesus. And what is hindering us that we need to remove, to get out of the way so that we can come to Jesus, so that we can invite others and give others that encounter with the Lord Jesus. You know, if we have a friend, the best thing that we can do for our friend is just what these men did. Isn't that right? If we have a friend, if we have someone we love and care about, the very best thing that we can do is to get them to Jesus. Introduce them to Jesus. May they have an encounter with him. People were watching, standing aghast. This was shocking. This was just not the done thing. This was damaging someone's home. This was revolutionary. But these men went to work. It didn't matter that perhaps they thought they were a bit odd or oddballs. People say that about you, don't they? About me? I know they say it about me. I don't know about you. When you start to talk about Jesus, when you start to tell people about your faith, when you start to reach out, I know they say it about me. What an oddball, yeah. Yeah, there might be the signs as well. You know, that's what people can say about Christians, about those who are born again, and they want to share that good news, that gospel, that blessed message. And yet it's the best thing we can do for anyone who is our friend. So these men, they went to work, they were moved to action, and they were willing to put themselves out. They would put themselves out, they put time into this, they put labour, they put energy, they put their resources, and cost likely in remediating that roof, putting it back to how it should have been, taking the trouble to take their friend to Jesus. Do we do that? Do we take the trouble? Do we put the effort in? Do we go to the expense that it might incur us, that we can care enough to put ourselves out, to step out of the comfort zone and to break through the roof, as it were? These men were willing to inconvenience themselves. Verse 5, when Jesus saw their faith, he said unto the sick of the palsy, Son, thy sins be forgiven thee. These 4 men who brought him there believed the Lord Jesus. They showed their love to their friend. They carried him to the Lord Jesus, and this friend could do little for them. Here he was, a paralytic. He was sick of the palsy. He had some limitations to his movement, such that perhaps he was, I don't know the extent of his paralysis, but certainly he was what some would have considered in those days perhaps a hopeless case. Writing off. Don't even care about it. He's a hopeless case. He's a lost cause. Don't waste your time on such a one as this. They might have said, oh, he's just a beggar. He's one of them. Don't waste your time on them. But these 4 men had faith. These 4 men that loved and cared and put themselves out had the perseverance to get this man to Jesus despite all the obstacles, despite all the reasons why not, despite all the reasons why it was too hard. They had the faith that the Lord Jesus could heal them. So notice now, the Lord took notice of the faith, of their faith, of the faith of the paralyzed man, perhaps. Certainly he mentioned the faith of the 4 friends. Now, as someone has put it, again to picture this story, these 4 men had gone to a lot of trouble to see their friend healed of his paralysis. And so now they hear the teacher say, the teacher only talks about forgiving his sins. We can imagine them shouting, no, he's paralyzed. We brought him here to walk. Wait a minute. But the Lord Jesus says, Son, thy sins be forgiven thee. So the Lord Jesus here knew that the man's real need was salvation. The man's real need, his greatest need, wasn't the paralysis, that's secondary. As someone has described it, what good is it that if this man had 2 whole legs and walked right into hell with them? The healing was secondary to that which was the primary doesn't do anything, and he doesn't say anything. There's nothing we can do. Here with this man, he was helpless. Helpless. He can't do anything, he doesn't do anything, and he doesn't say anything. But the real problem was his sin. That was his problem. And his greatest need, his essential need, really, his greatest need, man's greatest need, is salvation. It's the same for everyone. It's the same message. This is our clear mission, to take him to Jesus, to take them to Jesus, to bring them to Jesus. Will we be like these four men? Will we be like these four? How much do you really believe? How much do you care for the lost? How much do we care? How do we show that we care? For those who are spiritually paralyzed, helpless, hopeless cases, some would say, write them off. They're on the scrap heap already. God can't fix them. They're too far gone. God says to go to the uttermost. The psalmist said, go to the guttermost. Go to the worst, the furthest, the most sinful. No one's too far. Now the word says, the Lord's arm is not shortened, that it cannot save. His ear is not heavy, that he cannot hear. So they put their faith into action. These four men, the Lord Jesus saw their faith. They're not named now. They're not named. In the scriptures we see names of men, of women of faith. These four didn't even get their name mentioned. Yet the Lord Jesus saw their faith. Amen. He saw their faith. They did not get any praise or any write-up in the hall of faith, but they had faith. Jesus saw their faith. And they did that simple, practical measure of bringing the man to Jesus. They simply did what they could to get him to Jesus. And they put their faith into action. The Lord Jesus saw their faith. He commended their faith. He rewarded their faith. He saw their determination. They had the faith in who the Lord Jesus was and what he could do. We can too, can't we? In who the Lord Jesus is and in what he can do. They recognized his authority. They believed in him. And the faith that they evidenced, the faith that the Lord Jesus saw in them, their faith drove them into action. They showed that they trusted him. This was not just a token faith. This wasn't just a claim of faith. It was faith in action. Now we see verse 6, a reaction from the Pharisees. But there were certain of the scribes sitting there and reasoning in their hearts. Now the Pharisees opposed the Lord Jesus. They resisted him. They hated him. Imagine them as these prim and proper people looking at the roof getting broken into. And what a shocking, odd sight it was. And they would have probably resented the intrusion of this paralytic, disturbing their time of being able to pick fault with the Lord Jesus. And then seeing this crippled man, what's he coming in here for? But even more so, they resented the Lord Jesus. They resented what Jesus said to him. And the Lord knew their hearts. We read verse 7. Now this is what they were thinking. Why does this man thus speak blasphemy? Who can forgive sins but God only? Now the Pharisees had sound doctrine. By and large, certainly in part here, they had sound doctrine. Who can forgive sins but God only? Yes. And he did. And he did. Because Jesus is God. He is God. Only God can forgive sins. Yes, and he did. And he does. Verse 8, and immediately when Jesus perceived in his spirit that they so reasoned within themselves, he said unto them, why reason ye these things in your hearts? So the Lord Jesus perceived it in his spirit. It says how he tries the reins of the heart. He can know the intents of our heart. The Lord Jesus has this X-ray vision that he can see the very core of our being and see what our heart is saying, what our spirit through and through and what they were thinking. Because he's God, isn't he? He's God. Verse 9, whether it is easier to say to the sick of the palsy, thy sins be forgiven thee, or to say, arise and take up thy bed and walk. What's easier? Verse 10, but that ye may know that the Son of Man hath power on earth to forgive sins, he saith to the sick of the palsy, I say unto thee, arise and take up thy bed and go thy way into thine own house. He says, so you know that the Son of Man has power on earth, so that you know I have the authority, so that you know I've got the authority, the power to command and to extend forgiveness and to deliver forgiveness. I say unto thee, he said unto the man, arise and take up thy bed and walk, and go thy way into thine house. So when the Lord Jesus saves us, he sets us on our own 2 feet. And he says, take up your bed and walk. He doesn't get the man to give the bed to friends or he gets him moving, gets him walking. Go thy way and go into thine own house, it says. I think it might be the other account in Luke 5. There's some slight wording, but it's got the sense of walk and keep on walking. That sense of walk and keep on walking. And when the Lord Jesus ministers to this man and sets him free from his affliction, he sets him on his course and says, go thy way. Luke 5:25 it says of the man, and immediately he rose up before them and took up that whereon he lay and departed to his own house, glorifying God. Glorifying God. So here was this man. This man left that room much differently than what he came into that room. He came with infirmities and he left completely restored and healed. He came with iniquities, but he left forgiven and set free. He came with no hope, but he left with complete victory. He came with questions, but he left with the solution. He came with faith, and he did not leave disappointed. The healed man was filled with joy. He praised God. He departed to his own house, Luke 5:25, glorifying God. God got the glory. And verse 12 of Mark's account, in Mark 2:12, it says, and immediately he arose, took up the bed, and went forth before them all, insomuch that they were all amazed and glorified God, saying, we have never saw it on this fashion. They were all amazed and glorified God. He went to his own house glorifying God. We never saw it on this fashion. It was amazing. People were saying, we've never seen anything like this before. We've never seen such a thing. This is astonishing. It's amazing. Luke 5:26, parallel account, it says, and they were all amazed and they glorified God. And they were filled with fear, saying, we have seen strange things. They were filled with fear. We have seen strange things. This is weird. This is really weird. This is really strange. The city had never seen anything like this before. And it's interesting, the reaction, isn't it? The reaction of the Pharisees, the reaction of the crowd, the reaction of the healed man. And it says they were all amazed and they glorified God. And were filled with fear. There was a sense of, this is a God thing. This is awesome. This is awe-inspiring. And sometimes, in some circles, they use this word awesome. There's a throwaway line, and they cheapen it, don't they? This is awesome. This is a big meeting with all this razzmatazz. But this is awesome, isn't it? Awesome. Awe-inspiring. This creates fear of God. God is at work. God has done something here. So the city had never seen anything like this before. And what they did was radical. It was a strange thing. It was crazy. It was urgent. They could have maybe gone and seen Jesus another day when the crowd wasn't so thick. But it was urgent. They didn't want to wait another day. They didn't want to wait another hour till maybe he finished his sermon and started to move on. They could have grabbed him when it was a more convenient time. It was urgent. It was urgent. And friends, the work of reaching and bringing people to the Lord Jesus is urgent. It is urgent. He says, compel them to come in, that my house may be filled. There's an urgency. It was unconventional. Sometimes we've got to do some unconventional things. Some things that the world might mock us for. Some have done open-air preaching, as I have done. And there's different ways of boldly in the marketplace doing things that the world would laugh at us for doing. Unconventional things. But we ought to step out of our comfort zones. Sometimes faith takes extreme measures. And some people in the crowd were just standing in the way. They were kind of obstructing. They were just bystanders. I mean, they were there to hear Jesus, to maybe get something for themselves, but they thought nothing of this man. They thought nothing of this man who wanted to get into the house. They were just standing in the way as a roadblock, an obstacle. Will we be like the four men? Or will we just stand back in the crowd and get in the way? It's a question. So, as someone has kind of pictured it, two responses we can have. You can be a bringer or a blocker. With evangelism, as a church, when we see someone who's got an evident need of Christ, when we see a newcomer, when we see one sitting on their own, let's be a bringer, not a blocker. Let's not get in the way. Let's not give them any reason to say, oh, that church is a bit cold. Oh, that church is a bit standoffish, a bit cliquey. There's some that come that it's almost like that. Like that. Getting in the way. Not bringing them in. Pushing them out. Getting in the way like the crowd at that door. Friends, let's be very careful of that. I just consider it imperative to have that heart for me. An effective ministry can mean doing what seems unusual, and certainly it means stepping out of our comfort zone. It wasn't convenient for these four men to do what they did. I'd imagine it might have been front page news. Four men tear up man's house, smashing the roof down, causing a public nuisance. It's probably a criminal offence, I'd imagine. Though they could have got in big trouble. I don't know. I'm being imaginative here, but you can imagine it wasn't not naturally. It wasn't a dumb thing to go into someone's house through the roof, breaking an entry. Who knows what it could be called? They were tearing the roof out, but they were reaching out in the process as they tore that roof off. Their motive, their heart was to reach out. And so let us, extreme measures if need be. The real miracle in this account was the man having his sins forgiven. That was the real miracle. Walking away was the secondary miracle. Now the devil may block your door, but you can go through the door. And that could be, we could think of that in other ways other than solving, in other That's the if the devil blocks the door, go in through the roof. Find a way to do something that God has put on your heart to do. God can make a way where there is no way. And God can work it out when it seems like there's no way. It's just impossible. And you feel like taking a bat and ball and going home. That God can make a way. Persistent faith. Have that faith that these men had. God can make a way. God can work it out. And the end result is that He will be glorified. He will be glorified. God gets glorified. As we see, they glorified God. They were all amazed. And they glorified God. We never saw it on this faction. That is remembered. As we remember that day, in two gospel accounts we see this record of these four unknown